No, I'm just going to put this right up here. I am a former Dalton resident. I grew up here in the Berkshires with my 7 sisters and my mom and dad. This is very exciting. I'm back in Dalton to do this show, and this show is, the theme is Berkshire grown, and it's here at the Stationery Factory, which is a great place that Steve Sears bought a couple of years ago and is renovating it. And it's a wonderful space for really everybody in Dalton to see. It has venues for concerts, for receptions, for baby showers, for all kinds of different things. It also has a lot of businesses that are located here, and it also has a brew pub, which has amazing food and beverage, called the Berkshire Brew Pub. I went to school with Steve Sears, and so I talked to him about maybe hanging one of my paintings here in the brew pub, and he said, why don't you hang them in the gallery? So why don't we have a show? So he talked to me, and then he said, why don't you get a few more artists? It'll be happening this Friday from 5:30 to 7, and then on Saturday from 5:30 to 7. So we hope Dalton can all come out and see the show. There are 6 artists altogether. The 5 artists, and 2 of them are my sisters, Beth Roy, Norton, and Rosie Roy. Beth does landscapes usually, and what she's done is she's kind of branched off, and now she's doing pictures of animals, marine animals, and so it tends to be very colorful on a black canvas with very bright colors, so they're really neat and they're fun. Rosie Roy tends to do nature and the ocean and that type of thing, and hers are little miniature paintings, so they're really cute, and you can almost put them anywhere, which is, it's really nice. And hers are, you know, they do kind of, no matter where you are, especially this time of year, you look at a picture of the ocean and it just helps you to, there's hope. The winter's going to be over. So she'll be bringing a little bit of the ocean to the Berkshires, so that's kind of nice. My niece, Sarah Fortini, and she has done mostly portraits, and so she did a lot of her work years ago, actually. And so hers are portraits, and it's of men, mostly of women. They're beautiful. Brian Denicola is the artist that was featured in the Boston Globe, and he does portraits, many of his fiance. So you really just have to see his whole wall to appreciate it, because it's pretty amazing. And he'll be here doing a demonstration, which will be really fun to see. The other artist is Alex Bastow, and he's from Pittsfield, and he does landscapes, and they kind of just take you, look at them, and they take you to that place. He's very talented. And again, he has many that are here to see, so you have to come and see them to appreciate. And I love it, it's fun. One thing that I like to talk about when I talk about painting is it's really about how a painting makes you feel. A lot of times when we think about paintings, we think of the visual, the aesthetic of what it looks like, but it's really what a painting, the way it makes you feel. And when you buy a painting, you bring that energy into your house, or you give it to somebody else. And really my work, as you can see from behind me, is very bright. I live in New York City, and I really get great pleasure from being in the, gritty New York City and be able to have these colorful paintings, to kind of brighten my spirit. Really my palette is much like the painting behind me, where it's colors that reflect what one might see when you watch the sunset, as far as the corals, the blues, the greens, the yellows, the lavenders. What's nice about this show is there's a great variety of different types of artists, different types of work, so it's kind of something for everybody. And there'll be quite a few on sale, which is neat, but it's also fun to just come and browse. They're all like your little baby. Each painting you do is your baby. And so, all right, so I had 7 sisters. My parents had 8 kids. That's a lot of kids. I have about 28 paintings here, and many of them are diptych, which is 2 paintings, or triptychs, which is 3 paintings. So I probably have about 100 canvases here. I had a hard time fitting them in the car. So I am hoping I can share some of these with people. In addition, there's going to be some other things where I made cards, and these cards are really neat. This one's Mommy Blues and Greens, and this one is Watch Hill Sunset. I spend a lot of time in Westerly, Rhode Island, and so I'll be selling these cards as well. which is kind of fun. And there'll be some other little items like that for sale for people. But really what we're hoping is people will just come for the fun, not necessarily come because they want to buy art. It's really come, look at the art. There'll be a lot of food to have. There'll be beverages. There'll be some beer from the Shire. So that's kind of fun. And it will be really interesting. As I said before, Brian Denicola, who was written up in the Eagle on Sunday, will be doing a demonstration. So that'll be a lot of fun to watch him in action, watch him painting. I'm actually looking forward to that. It's also a great time to just come and talk to people. It's HelenRoyGallery.com. I do feel like I've fallen in love, and while I spent all this time teaching, and I love teaching, and I'll continue to do some teaching, I have fallen in love with art, and I continue to just want to paint.